Prime time! Oh, I've been waiting to say that for weeks, ever since I thought of playing this.
Right, well, yeah, it's my first time joining you then. I hear I've been talked about a fair bit.
You have, yes. Yeah, it is finally here. And we're gonna just introduce him by getting straight into it.
So, Metroid Prime.
Metroid Prime, one of the greatest games ever made. I'm not selling it short, you know?
I do remember it being absolutely beautiful when it was first released.
Oh, incredible. Absolutely, like, there was nothing like this when it came out. I remember
the sheen on the armor and everything, and people were like, "Oh, look at those tiny wee crappy discs that the GameCube's got. It'll be awful."
We will talk it. We will get into that in a second. Because
distress speaking.
this was the first game that really surprised me on the GameCube, because I didn't know anything about the Metroid series.
Are you not saying Luigi's Mansion blew your mind?
I mean, Luigi's Mansion was fun, but you can complete it in a day when you're 10. You can complete it in about an hour now. Good God.
Playing the no cash challenge.
Oh, this cutscene's great. I can't hear a word that the guy's saying, but whatever, doesn't matter. It's just cool. Oh, so great. Oh, when she appears in the music. Oh, it's so good. I'll turn it up for the benefit of viewers at home. Oh, guys.
Yeah, so before this, you were really pleasantly surprised with this on the GameCube. Had you played much Metroid before you first played Prime?
Never. I never played any Metroid games before. I didn't even know the existence of them.
I think I played Metroid 2 for the Game Boy. I spent a lot of time running around.
That's a tough one. It's a weird one.
I had no idea what I was doing. I got out of a pawn shop on holiday in Canada just because it was like, oh, there's a Game Boy game, I'll have that. It was pretty cheap.
Oh, I'm sorry, I'm just going to clench my arse cheeks as this happens. This is so cool. Oh, God. Oh, so amazing. Oh, man.
She knows how to make an entrance.
Oh, and there's a bit where she jumps and, oh, it's awesome. Right, sorry, you were saying...
You can see the armor moving as
it's so cool.
As well.
Yeah, exactly. When you get hit by things, there's like condensation or visor from when she breathes. What a touch.
I've been playing Mass Effect recently, and the shape of her body and sort of armor looks quite Turian. Which is one of the species there. You've not played it, have you?
I hope people watching know what it means more than I do, because I don't have a clue. Okay,
right. So we've not played this with a Wiimote before.
Yeah, we're playing the Wii version, unfortunately, because I've only got I think it's basically just the same as.
GameCube doesn't take kindly to the capture card we're using.
No, it doesn't.
So you need to.
I'm trying to.
So this may be horribly cringe for you. We're actually learning the controls for the first time on this.
Yeah, I'm sorry. If this was a cube, I'd be straight in, but it's not. So
yeah. I was also wondering about, like, because we were used to playing on the GameCube, where originally in that game it had a lock-on system where you just hold a shoulder button, it locks onto something, and you just spam A until it dies. Whereas in this version, we're actually going to have to aim, which is terrifying. Yeah,
it's also the fact that we. I'm just trying to change the set. Oh, there we go, sensitivity.
Basic?
Just go to basic, yeah. It's a little too... Well, that's better.
Okay, right.
I remember as well you could really spam missiles in the original Prime. Missiles are down. So it's basically the same as
we've only got 14 of those now.
Yeah.
Precious. Scanning.
Scanning. Yeah, so we're gonna... I don't know, but I scan everything, so I can't help it. I
normally feel a compulsion to scan everything, but I could understand maybe us not scanning everything.
Yeah, well, people don't want to be bored, so. So in the original, this was more a sort of tutorial about locking on, but I suppose in this game it's not really as important because you can just aim whenever in third person.
Yep. You couldn't aim around like that in the other game.
No, not at all.
You could only shoot directly in front of you.
Yeah, exactly, and. I imagine that it'll be much harder to change beams in this because obviously you had the C-stick in the GameCube, which changed to the 4 beams that you have in this. Whereas in this you have to do... Let me see, how do I do it? Yeah, that's your visors and that's your beams, which I imagine is a little bit frustrating. But speaking of which, I have to scan this.
Oh, that's a lot of things to scan.
Yeah, I don't know what they are. Oh, they're just general information.
You scan the door though, that's one of the things.
I believe. Oh, maybe not on this one. No, in this one doors aren't a scannable one. It's 2 that are scannable. Yeah, look, this is my first hint that this game was something larger and more cool. There's a decompression chamber. That's just like I don't know, I just find it's an easy way to introduce scanning. So you come in, there's no other way to do it. How do I get a door open? Scan, and it's also like a good little bit of sci-fi world building.
I was looking at the little bits that were floating around there. Like, it seemed like there was a little alien critter.
The electrolytes.
That was flying. Oh well, everything's gone now.
What is it?
All the stuff seems to have despawned. It was like, interesting.
All right, I think it was just there. I think it might just be particles from
some
the
xenobiology
charge beam. Oh, even these sound effects, man. Right,
I also loved how you could just spam A and shoot the hell out of things.
Yeah, it's great. It's obviously harder. Oh,
there's a wee critter.
It's obviously harder now because I'm still adjusting the controls, so I'm sorry if
and also we're much older and crippled now.
We're older and wiser.
No, maybe.
There's a big dead creature. There's a dead smaller creature.
Space pirates. That's one thing I found it odd that they were called space pirates, because from that I expected them to be human. When I first played this, I would when I heard space pirates, I didn't expect it to be sort of this weird species.
Yeah, well, they don't have a name, do they? They don't have like a species name. They're called by what they do, which is pirates.
Yep.
It's a bit odd. Oh yeah, that does have it. There we go. First logbook entry. Remember ye this day? Yeah, no, but you're right. They don't have like a species name in this. The first morph ball bit's just coming up.
Yeah, no, so they looked pretty weird in some of the Game Boy ones where they shoot beams out of their crab claw hands.
Yeah, they look completely different in every game. There's not a lot of continuity between what they look like. Right, so yeah, this is the first. This is a map room, I believe.
I loved it. How you go into the morph ball there, and you have these little, do you leave a trail behind you?
Yeah. So you can see where you're going. It's so. That's a lovely bit. Also, this was the first game I remember playing where, I don't know. You've got to understand what a leap this game was for me, because before then it was N64 era, and the N64 was the first 3D, fully 3D console that I played, and so a lot of stuff was kind of thrown at you through tutorials, which was, I think, necessary because it was the first time people had played in 3D. Like if you play like Banjo-Kazooie is a good example. You just have bottles telling you things in the start because
this is how you jump, this is how you move.
Because it is the first time people did it, and there was literally no easier way to get that across to people.
You've introduced fire to people. You tell them it's hot.
And even the cutscenes are kind of spelled out for you quite obviously because there's limits to the hardware.
Well, I don't know. Now you can give a child a touchscreen and they'll just know what to do with it.
Yeah, of course.
But when this technology first came out with people, it's like, what do I do with it?
Yeah, of course, it's crazy. But this was the first game where nothing was told to you. None of the story. None of this game makes sense unless you scan things and you. I wouldn't
go so far as that. There's some things which you need to scan, but I can see what you're saying though, and that it's good that it does a tutorial without telling you it's a tutorial.
Yeah, of course. Well, the Metroid games are brilliant for that. I mean, this whole sequence is a great homage to the opening of Super Metroid, which obviously also begins in a sort of wrecked spaceship. But in this, it's a sort of complete role reversal of what it was. I mean, in Super Metroid, it's a human colony spaceship that's been destroyed by space pirates. But in this, we're answering a distress call from a space pirate ship that's been destroyed by aliens, which is quite interesting.
Well, I'd never played Super Metroid before I played this one.
No, neither did I.
I'd only played some Game Boy ones.
But it's only in hindsight that I noticed it. But the great thing about this game is it doesn't diminish its predecessor. You don't play this and you go, oh right, well I'm never going to play Super Metroid again. And you don't play Super Metroid and go, oh well, I'm never going to play Prime, and Prime's not as good as this.
They're different experiences,
yeah, they're definitely
obviously from practically different genres.
Yeah, but they're still they still feel like the same series. They feel there's like a chronology to them. There's like a continuity. So playing this, you still feel like you're playing a Metroid game, even though the gameplay is totally different. It's still built on the same basic elements, which I think is really cool. Yeah.
So you're basically just strolling around, murdering some horribly injured space pirates.
Again, if you don't know that these guys are space pirates, it just looks like Sam has just appeared and just go, oh, wounded people! Bang, 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 bang.
A distress call. I'll just turn up
I'll just murder them all.
Take what I can get.
Evil pricks. Oh, jeez.
Evil robots.
Scan you while you shoot me.
Oh, that was always the thing, like, certainly Bioshock as well, I remember, just running into any fight with the...
Yeah, it's like the camera and
the camera in hand, snap a few shots before you wrench people to death.
It certainly is easier to scan things with the Wii remote, though. Maybe that's just me. It doesn't really like the Wii remote controls, do you?
Well, I don't know, I've not tried them out, but the thought of them, I was like... It seems like it's definitely going to actually require more skill.
Yeah.
Well, any skill, rather than just holding R. Because before as well, you could hold R locked onto someone and then just pretty much use all of your attention to jump, skip, roll all around it, fly all over the place.
It does take a while to get back into it. Oh god, look, it shows you like shows you that guy's intestines.
It's some good attention to detail there.
That's
like, for people who are really into the series, it's going to be some good world building.
Yeah, of course. Like, you can see all the anatomy
that's some
of them.
Excellent Wikipedia or not Wikipedia, but like I don't know, Metroidpedia.
Yeah,
fodder there.
Metroidpedia is glorious. Yeah, I mean, I gotta lay a bomb to
I can't say it. Maybe the next holiday.
No, that's good. It's good. Right, here we go. Let's go on this. There's a save room to the left, I believe. Oh god.
It's good having all the flavor text. I know there was one particularly interesting one I remember when I first played it, reading about how Space Pirates had tried to emulate morph ball technology.
Yeah, that's really funny, and like it broke their spine or something like that. Just crippled themselves.
As far as you can imagine, trying to just cram anything into a ball that size.
Yeah,
didn't work out well for them.
All the logbook entries are really well written. They and also they're totally optional. You don't have to read them. Like bosses, I think you have to kind of read them to get into it.
Yeah, it gives you the hints. I mean, you could just shoot everything at them and try and work it out that way, but then you could also get hints. You know, like you could listen to Navi in Ocarina of Time.
Yeah,
but you could also just try
fuck
everything.
About. Yeah, exactly. No, it's great though. It's good. So here we are. Oh god,
we've got a big goobler there.
This is just called a parasite feed. It doesn't even have a. Have a name.
Is it just Brawl that has this level, or was it Metroid?
No, it's Brawl.
Because Melee has Kraid in the level. It's talking about Super Smash Brothers levels.
Yeah, it's Melee that has Kraid. That's the Not Fair level.
It's not fair. So just pew. Yeah.
God, I don't remember a tape being this simple. Jesus.
Well, I've certainly went back to games that I played when I was younger, having remembered them being really difficult.
Yeah, just
only
like
to realise that the younger me was just
useless.
Completely incompetent.
I feel really sorry for it now. No, it just fell into the reactor core of this fucking spaceship. God, poor guy. Oh
well.
I will leave it now.
Such is the life of in Sandwich's world. Everything must be killed.
Everything around it dies.
Yep.
Blowing up planets and taking names.
Oh, we've got a time limit. Oh dear.
Appearing.
Can you make it out in time?
Yeah, pretty
much. What will happen?
Take
a nap and get out in time, probably.
It's just the customary Metroid explosion runaway sequence. the original.
Just think of the explosion things. I once when I was like Majora's Mask, Ocarina of Time on the. Legend of Zelda Majora's Mask had just came out, and I got it for Christmas.
Yeah.
And I had to go down for Christmas meal or something. I remember being really reluctant because I wanted to play the game. And
family.
I thought I'd paused it, but then it turned out I hadn't. And I got back to my room just in time to see the moon crashing into the planet.
Oh, that's awful. How heart-wrenching. Dear me.
Although I wouldn't manage to fit a whole Christmas meal in 6 minutes, so Majora's Mask was at least forgiving in this regard.
Yeah, it's nice. Nice of them to wait until just when you got back for you to witness the apocalypse.
It was some astounding coincidence how fast it was.
Like
this looks like the kind of corridor where you would have needed to have gone through it quickly because there's a crusher or something.
Oh, there's some wee creatures.
Ah, good place.
I don't know why. I think.
Are they even attacking you?
They kind of glance off. I think actually there's loads of corridors in this game that have little gooblers like that, and I think they are just loading sequences, and you just shoot them to give you something to do if you're bored. is quite clever. And they give you lots of health as well.
Okay, yeah. I was just like,
but they're never a danger.
Yeah, they weren't attacking us, so I was like,
they just give you
feel a bit of a dick killing them.
Well, they're gonna die anyway. The spaceship's gonna explode.
Hey, they might be able to survive in a vacuum.
Spoilers. All those good must die.
Space pirates can survive in a vacuum, so they might.
Yeah, well, we'll see one of them.
So can freeze out Dragon Ball Z, Cell, all these.
Yeah, that was really weird how he just sort of floated limblessly in space. Frieza.
It's pretty weird about Dragon Ball Z.
There's a new Dragon Ball movie coming out, isn't there?
I don't know. There's always more Dragon Ball going on.
There's always more power levels, guys.
Can never die.
Right, there we go. Shoot, open, do it. Did it. Brilliant. Oh, I'm having a blast.
Like, yeah, one thing, there's the danger meter on the left, and it just doesn't even go slightly up when the Goombas go past you.
I think it's for things like fire. I think it's for natural hazards.
It went up. It goes up when you're near enemies as well. So when you bumped into that space pirate earlier, it went all the way up.
I don't think it's like vital, but it's quite a nice function.
That's the kind of thing I was expecting before.
Yeah, the danger thing doesn't go off when a massive crusher appears. I don't think it can hit you. I think it's just a scripted event. Like the second you approach that corridor, it'll smack.
It's interesting having the danger thing on the left. It doesn't feel particularly needed. It's more like perhaps they just had some room on the HUD they needed to fill.
Yeah, I think it's just extra detail. It makes you. Again, it just immerses you because it makes the first-person experience.
Who's that?
That's Ridley. That's the leader of the Space Pirates, and obviously this is again the same sequence as in Super Metroid where he steals the baby.
And it always just confused me. As well, being young, I was like, wait a minute, the leader of Space Pirates
is a dragon.
I was thinking pterodactyl.
Yeah, it's a pterodactyl.
It's a giant pterodactyl. It's the leader of a space.
Doesn't look anything like the other ones, does he?
Just how could he be the leader? What is going on?
See, look, this tells you what they've done. Cerebral casing stable, so that they've added the bit to his brain. Look, there's like a bit of orangey
give him a wee brain cap.
Give him an extra brainy bit, and like they've given him some bony bits there. Iron lung. Oh, good.
Yeah, it didn't really seem something that occurred to me in my head that Ridley was like an intelligent being.
Yeah, I mean, because he looks monstrous.
That something that wasn't humanoid could be.
But in the comics, he's like, it shows him as. Yeah, that's really cool. You can disable these turrets if you scan these. Look, so that turret's green now. It's not going to attack us.
Yep.
It hardly ever does that. It's just
the danger thing isn't increasing.
The danger thing's going mental now.
It's because
we're about to see why. Because when we scan this, and also look, the texture of our suit is a different shade of orange just before this hits us. I don't know why. Look, that's a much brighter orange than it was before. Because it's easier to just
it's the beginning of a Metroid game. Have we just tripped over and lost everything?
Pretty much, yeah.
Oh well, it's a good job that our completely unique suit upgrades happen to be nicely spread everywhere that we go.
Scattered on every planet that got us. Yes, I've often thought that was quite advantageous. And also in a very nice and suitable order. It's never like we get...
Well, it is sometimes in a nice order, sometimes not. I mean, Metroid games have been very much known for not going by the book always. You could perhaps get the ultimate +1 sword right at the beginning if you hop, skip, and jump your way.
Yeah, of course. In fact, we're actually about to try one of those tricks right now. I
have no idea about this, by the way.
No, it's good. It's good. If I can do it. I remember I got like a cheat code for this game when I was
up, down, down, something.
No, it wasn't the Konami code. It was oh, you can see little bits of floating dead space pirate. Look, look at that! That's horrible. Oh my god, I don't like that at all.
And maybe they're just unconscious because remember they can survive in zero gravity.
That definitely wasn't in the GameCube. That must have been added in. I don't remember that. I genuinely don't. Look at that! No, I don't remember that. That's new. The floating dead space pirates are new in the vacuum.
You can say
that's definitely been added. I'm gonna check that, right?
I know. You can check it. You can comment below. We'll find out.